welcome to Reyna Clothier. This is Reyna. So today we'll be discussing the wonderful, luxurious fabric, one of the most expensive fabric, and in fact, it is the most expensive fabric in the world. We are discussing Vicuna today. So Vicuna fabric is the fiber from the animal, the llama, which is native to the Andes Mountains of South America. It is more expensive and rare than cashmere and is very luxurious fabric. So it comes from the smallest and most graceful member of the llama family that has an orange coat with white patches. Now, in Incan time, and this vicuna fabric was known as a fabric of the gods, and only royalty were permitted to wear it. So any commoners that wore it were actually put to death, which is a crazy concept, but okay. So the manufacture of the vicuna fibers are collected with minimal damage to the animal. So this is usually done by hand, shearing the llamas, which is done by the native growers. The fibers are then processed without the use of chemicals, so meaning the industrial impact on the environment is minimized. The fabric is produced in a way that is very similar to wool, with the fibers being combined and combed and carded to remove the imperfections before the yarns are spun and ultimately woven or knitted into fabrics. And this animal can only be shorn once every 3 years. So the fibers are very rare, hence the price of it as well. They're also starved themselves if they are kept in captivity, which means they must be released back into the wild once the fibers have been obtained. It takes approximately 25 to 30 vicunas to make one overcoat. So overcoat is just a bigger suit, essentially a little longer garment, and making it very expensive. So especially because of the dwindling numbers of vicuna in the wild, so much so it now classed as an endangered species. And this is the crazy part about it is, is just when you have a suit of vicuna, it is very beautiful. Like cashmere and many other hair fabrics, the vicuna animal protects its soft under hair with a layer of guarded hairs. This means that before the fabric is processed, the long inflexible hairs must be removed so that only the luxurious hairs are used for the yarns. So once the fibers have been combed and carded to remove the imperfections of the fibers can be spun into yarns, which are ultimately woven into fabrics. So the properties of vicuna fabric, the neat thing is warm, sheds moisture and dries quickly, naturally soft handle, luxurious feel, not scratchy like some wool fabrics have. Available in, again, a wide variety of colors without the need for dyeing, meaning that they don't harm the environment or fade like dyed fabrics to do that. Does not peel, flame retardant, naturally a hyperallergenic, comfortable, and it wears very well, meaning it drapes beautifully. So it's natural, sustainable, and biodegradable. It is 8 times thinner than human hair, and it feels like silk. If you could just wrap your head around that concept, is unbelievable. Can be easily damaged when dyed. Very rare, and again, that brings to the cost point very high. And finished fabric has just a distinctive nap to it, essentially. So the end uses of vicuna, you can use it for gloves, scarves, hats, knitwear, overcoats, high-end couture pieces, or obviously the reason why I'm speaking about it is custom clothing, or bespoke clothing. So you will never find this off the rack, so let's not even talk about off the rack. Made to measure. As of now, none of our clients have asked for Vicuna. This is, I mean, I can look it up how expensive Vicuna is. Is I would say, let's see how. Let's look it up here. How expensive is Vicuna suit? Let's see what comes up. So, the Italian tailoring house Catan makes only about 100 Vicuna pieces a year. Um, an off the rack, and what I mean by off the rack of their company, not off the rack of your J.C. Penney's or Dillard's or H&M. And yeah, there's a whole different off the rack when you deal with Catan Italian tailoring house. They're off the rack, off their rack. A sport coat can cost at least $21,000. And that's off the rack, so it might not even fit you good. While the price of a made-to-measure suit starts at $40,000. The single Vicuna scarf from Loro Piana is about $4,000. So that gives us some perspective that it's expensive. But it is rare. So maybe again, made to measure is cheaper than your bespoke. So again, you gotta look at the class of a person, of an individual that's buying these garments. A lot of times bespoke, you will have $2,000-$3,000 and above per suit ticket price. So to them, if it's something that they, I personally would say it is in your millionaire and billionaire status individuals, where they can spend 30, 40 grand on a suit, or buy a scarf that's $4,000. So, or buy a $21,000 off the rack from Catan in Italy. So those individuals, again, we don't target too much. In fact, we don't target at all those type of clients right now. If we find them, and again, as Reyna Clothier expands, we're noticing little by little, even now as we're collecting data, is that it is going towards that. We're kind of discovering who we are, if you will. And a lot of our clients that are attractive to Reyna Clothier are high net worth individuals. We didn't want that in the beginning. We wanted, me as the owner to provide for my family. So I would say, hey, if you want to sue at this price, okay. But as we're discovering who we are, who our best clients are, who are clients that truly bring us more clients and respect and appreciate what we do and how we interact with our clients and what we provide for our clients, a lot of it is high net worth individuals. Not all of them, but we're seeing a trend to it. So again, it's something that I want to discuss because, the sky's the limit here with Reyna Clothier. We can provide that. And, if you want a Vicuna suit, we can provide that for you. And it's just, it would be our honor to work with you for any individuals that have that capability of, commissioning one garment like that. But we can also do a $3,000 suit. We can do a $4,000 suit. So again, our clientele is changing little by little, where we can, not have 100 of them in the world every year. We may have, they might have the fabric that 1,000 people would have only in the world, or 2,000 people would have only in the world. Still, the rarity of it is present. So we can provide that for our clients. And again, we can go from that part to even the highest part of Vicuna. So that's the neat part of Reyna Clothier. And again, Vicuna, is unbelievable. It's I got to see and felt a scarf itself, $4,000 scarf. Did not purchase it, but was able to was presented to it, and it is just something that you just feel, and it's just, I would say, the equivalent of butter without the oily. It's just so smooth and soft, and I'm like, wow. So it's quite an experience. Again, wonderful fabric. Want to share that because it is a rarity in the world. And if you guys have any questions, we are here to help you regarding any type of clothing, or obviously men's clothing here. Would love to meet you one day. Thank you very much for your time. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on YouTube, on all of our social media, any of our social media platforms. We post twice daily. We're active there, and we love to be to get in front of our potential clients. So thank you very much. If you are CEOs, if you're attorneys, if you're doctors, if you're financial advisors, seasoned financial advisors, feel free to reach out to us. We are tailoring our company to those individuals, your corporate C-suite individuals. We provide that for you, that service, and you will definitely be impressed. So we'll look forward to speaking with all of our potential clients at one point. And thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.